Hello. I hope everyone's weekend was fantastic. Thanks again for all of the support, all the views, all the thumbs up, all the lovely comments on my first two videos. I really appreciate that. It really is a good little boost of confidence because, well, I suppose not all of you know, but creating videos for YouTube can be a little bit daunting. Well, daunting's not really the word either, but intimidating. Like, you're a little self conscious about it. You don't want it to be like awkward and weird and any of that kind of thing. So, today I'm going to show you a deck that I really like a lot. It's an independently produced deck. It is the Cirque de Whimsy Tarot by Carol Hartman Duvall. So this is the box. That's the strength card. And then the sides of the box say, this one says, Cirque de Whimsy refers to the way of viewing life as a circus, as a constant motion, notion of which is positive, ever-shifting, changing, and beautiful. It shows whimsy as a sacred thing. Oh, and here is, surprise, a little visit from a cat. This is my life. Cats, constant. Cats. And then the other side says, the tarot is a fantastic series of images that creates a little picture of the universe. It can be used as a tool for meditation, creativity, and for honing one's intuition. As an artistic tool, the tarot is unsurpassed. And I really agree with that because if you think about it, a tarot deck, even if you just have a majors only tarot deck, that's still 22 individual pieces of art that, this person created. So I did a little research, and from what I can tell, there is a Facebook group with this name, the Cirque de Whimsy Tarot. I couldn't really tell if it was affiliated with Carol Hartman Duvall or not. As far as I can tell, the deck came out in 2009, and I did read on some forums some people mentioning a green two-piece box. So I don't know if, honestly, I don't even know if Kickstarter was a thing in 2009. But I don't know if that is, like, if it was like a crowdsourcing kind of a thing, and that was one of the, like, goals of it, or what. But the deck that I have, obviously, is just a tuck box. Honestly, I've never seen it before I saw it on eBay. I've never seen it after. When I Google it, there are not a lot of people talking about it. There's not a lot of information. Like I said, they have that Facebook group, but it's not, it's just like, you can see all of the cards, but it isn't like a super informative. It's more, it almost is formatted more like a blog type thing. So these are the backs, and actually, one second, I'm going to get a standard tarot deck so I can show you the size. Okay, if I can figure out how to edit that out, I'll do that. If not, well, you'll get to see the whole thing. So this is just a standard, regular RWS. And it is about a 1/4 inch narrower and about a half, maybe even a whole inch shorter. So it's a cute little, not super big deck, which is fun. That's the backs, which are super cool. They have like little birds. Look, they look like little hummingbirds to me, and little hands. And you can see it has like a slight sheen. The cards feel like, they feel nice. They feel like, they almost have like the same finish as contact paper. I don't know. I assume there's contact paper everywhere. I'm thinking of the stuff that you use to like laminate textbooks or workbooks when you're in school. So yeah, super cool. So there's a little title card. So the deck is like super colorful and cool, and it is obviously circus themed, but it also has a lot of like Egyptian kind of like motifs and things going throughout. So this is the Fool, which is pretty cool. It has like two two sets of arms. Also really interesting. This almost kind of gives you a little magician vibe because they have all of the four elements, which are neat. So that's the Fool. Here is the Magician, which does have all of the, obviously, all the standard things that the Fool normally has, but it's a fun little owl. I will say the deck is really RWS for the most part, but I mean, not obviously this is not what the High Priestess typically looks like, but I mean they have the moon up at the top. So the aspects are still kind of there, which is fun. So that's a fun little Empress. Well, this is the Empress, I mean. This is cool because you often see the Empress being portrayed as pregnant, but you don't really ever see, like, the after of that. Like, you don't really see the baby ever. And in this card, certainly I've never seen an Empress that was, like, actually giving birth. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and, well, isn't that just perfect? Oh, how lucky. They fell literally in order still. So, the Emperor. The Hierophant, I love that with him on the, or her on the elephant. That's kind of cool too. It's kind of like gender neutral. The Lovers is super cool. It's like this little intertwined dragons. And I like that the rays of sunshine are just these like cool colors. Not all one color, and obviously not like, you don't think of sunlight as being green. The Chariot is fun. I like how she's standing on the horses. And then there's, I think that's Isis. I think that's who that typically is. So that's interesting too. The Strength card, it's really fun that she's not like prying the lion's mouth open. The lion is jumping through a ring of fire, which is so circusy. I will say the one thing about the deck, normally I love borders. I'm sure you'll hear me say that a billion times because I would rather a border. But I think it would have been nice to trim that outside white border since it already has that little white around it. I think that would have made it better. Here's the Wheel of Fortune, which is cool with the little cats. And it's like a little cat's cradle. Justice. We've got the scales. The Hanged Man is like a trapeze artist. Oh, and there's a little Rosemary coming in for a little cameo again, it looks like. And there is Death, which is kind of like almost Marseille, kind of. The way that it's a skeleton. And Temperance, which is this fun little like cat figure, which seems to happen a lot. There's a lot of like little cat figures. This Devil card is cool because it's like almost kind of like the person half kind of gives me like a oh, come on. Gives me like a saint vibe. And then we've got obviously the dragon, and then I don't know if you can tell, but we do have like little, oh come on. There are little like chained up people. It looks like they're bowing. Of course, the damn camera won't focus, but. And then here's the Tower, which is fun. It almost gives you like a fun house kind of, like a House of Mirrors type vibe. And then we have the star, which is pretty traditional, except she's like on a magic carpet, which is fun. And the moon, also super cool. Kind of gives me a little witchy, like Halloween vibe. The sun, it's not really, she's like, you know, the sun is like, I mean, that little baby, which is normally, I know a lot of people don't like the creepy little baby, but this creepy little baby is like riding a little cat, and the cat has a bob haircut. Like, what is fucking cuter than that? A little bob? Love it. And then here is Judgment, which again is one of those little kitty figures. But cool. It's kind of interesting that there's like no people really. It's just this little like angel cat. And then the world, which is just like such a cool little world. But see, there's lots of like little pyramids and things like that. Alright, so we're gonna go right into the wands. I'm gonna start with this little lizard man in like a bathing suit type deal. And then the 2. And the 3, a little turtle. And then the 4, I really like this 4 because I feel like the 4 of Wands frequently is like, it pictures like people who look like they're getting married or something like that, which kind of like implies family type things. And the little birds give me that same kind of vibe because, like, you know, when someone's children grow up and, you know, it ends up just being the husband and wife again, they always call it empty nest. And so that, this card really gives me, like, still a little family vibe. Here's the 5 of Wands, which is fun. And then the 6 of Wands, also really cool. It's one of the few times that you see like a person that looks like a person. 7. There's the 8. I really like this 8 of Wands too because it looks like the little lizard has like thrown the wands, so it really gives a little like sense of motion instead of just having them like floating in the air. There's the 9 of Wands, which is fun because it's like a little magic trick that's happening. The 10 of Wands, we see our little turtle friend again. The Page, this is fun because it looks like this little character is like coming out of a volcano. The Knight, I like the face that the moon is making, like, ugh, the moon has just like had it. I mean, this is just, I guess, gonna be that kind of video. Typical, this is typical. Queen of Wands, I love the little cat there, which is just like a regular cat instead of like a purple or a random colored. And then the King of Wands is a dragon, which is, you know, really cool. Here's the Ace of Pentacles. We've got like, I know that's a bull, or that little nose ring makes me think it's a bull. But it kind of reminds me of like the cow jumping over the moon, which is like, you know, fun. Here's the 2 of Pentacles. The thing about the Pentacles is like, I keep seeing, I don't know if this is like more of these little hats, like this little, like he's wearing, but it looks like Easter eggs to me. So I don't know. And then the 3 of Pentacles gives me like full magician vibes. And there's the 4. I cannot stand spiders at all. At all. But there's something about this one, it's like not the creepiest, weirdest in the world. The 5 of Pentacles, this is such a fun interpretation because it, like, if you think about it, this kind of reminds you of, or reminds me anyway, of the stained glass window in the traditional Five of Pentacles, and in that card you've got the like two people who look like they're in need of something kind of walking out in front of it, and inside of the, you know, on the other side of that glass would be like warmth and probably other people, and like, you know, it's a safe place. And this whole thing kind of gives me that vibe, like inside of this little, it's almost like a snow globe, but like inside of there I imagine would be like safe, because you know you're contained and everything. So that's a cool. Then the Six of Pentacles and the Seven and the Eight, and here again are all these little gourds like I saw in the Hermit card. I think that's what these are. I mean, that's what it looks like anyway. And the Nine of Pentacles, this literally looks like Thanksgiving turkey or a Christmas turkey with a little person's head on it. So I don't know. This is a little strange. But I mean, the whole deck is a little weird. And then here is the Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and we have like the Easter egg vibe again. The Knight of Pentacles and another turtle. And I kind of like that we still get the grapes. Queen of Pentacles, this is interesting because that looks like a pregnant belly to me. Looks like she's holding her belly like pregnant women sometimes do. God, I swear. I don't even know if this shit's gonna get posted, honestly. The way this is going. Knight of Pentacles. I mean, at the very least, it'll be funny for you. Ace of Swords. Should I say Knight of Pentacles? It's the King. And in this one, we have aliens. So maybe those are like lizard people. I know that's kind of a conspiracy theory thing. People think people are lizard people. Okay, so we got the 2, which is like very RWS. The 3, again, super RWS. The 4, I mean, who doesn't like a meditating cat? I mean, there's nothing cuter. The 5. The 6. The 7. The 8, which is interesting and fun. It's like suspended. She almost looks like a little marionette. Or he. The 9. The 10, which is a cool 10 too of swords. It's like very menacing looking, just like the standard. Page. The Knight. The Queen, which is like a little grasshopper. The King. And then here's the Ace, which is a cat. The 2, which is a mermaid, and a little mermaid cat with wings. So like very far out and a little strange. 3, which looks like 3 little like maybe belly dancers or something. The 4, love the little face in the tree. The 5, which is also really cool. The 6, which is like, I don't know if it's a mermaid or like a tree made out of cups that turns into a person. I don't know. The 7, so you have all the like choices and all of that, which is cool. He kind of looks like he could be the ringleader or something. The 8, like all the little mushrooms, and now we have a fairy, so who doesn't love that? The 9, which is so cool. This is almost like a little thought bubble, so it's like, obviously he's meant to be a genie because we've got a bottle over here, so it's like Just really cool. The 10, like who doesn't love that? Little rainbow filled with cups. The page. The knight riding a seahorse. Like, come on, that's cool. The queen is like a mermaid, but like, this is fancy. This is like a little mermaid dress. Like, it's not just a little bra and tail like you normally see. That's cool. And then lastly, the King of Cups riding on a black dolphin and also has peacock feathers. Like, so yeah, that is the Cirque de Whimsy by Carol Hartman Duval. And like I said, I've never seen it like selling on any resale sites or anything. No, anything. So I don't know. I don't know if you can still get it. I mean, I did. So just keep your eyes peeled. I'm sure if you really want it, you can manifest it and make it happen. So thanks for watching, and I'm sure I'll see y'all soon.